Hey everyone, so in today's video we're going to be going over the combined gas law. So the combined gas law is used when you're comparing a gas's initial and final conditions involving pressure, volume, and temperature. So as you can see, the formula is P1 times V1 over T1 is equal to P2 times V2 over T2. So V1 and V2 being the initial and final volume, P1 and P2 being the initial and final pressure, and then T1 and T2 being the initial temperature in Kelvin and the final temperature in Kelvin. So just make sure that your temperature is always in Kelvin and the pressure and the volume are in consistent units. So with that in mind, let's go over the first problem. So a gas has a pressure of 1.2 atmospheres, a volume of 3.5 liters, and a temperature of 300 Kelvin. If the pressure changes to 2 atmospheres and the temperature rises to 350 Kelvin, what is the new volume? So first, let's start out by writing our equation. P1 V1 over T1 is equal to P2 V2 over T2. And so we're looking for our final volume, which is V2. So let's simply sub in everything else. So that's going to be 1.20 times 3.50. And then our initial temperature is 300 Kelvin. And that's going to be equal to our final pressure, which is 2.00 atmospheres, our V2, which we don't know, all over our final temperature, which is 350 Kelvin. And now we can isolate for V2, and to do that, V2 is going to be equal to, when we simplify it all out, 0.014 times 350 all over 2.00, and that will give us a final volume of 2.45 liters. Let's try another problem. A 4-liter sample of gas at 101.3 kilopascals and 273 Kelvin is compressed to 2.5 liters and heated to 300 Kelvin. What is the new pressure? So once again, let's write out our equation. P1 times V1 over T1 is equal to P2 times V2 over T2. Now let's write in what we know. So 101.3 times 4.00 all over 273. Let me just move this down a little bit. Let me just move this down here. Is going to be equal to P2, which is what we're looking for, 2.50 over 300 Kelvin. Now to isolate for P2, when we simplify it out and do a little bit of multiplication, P2 is going to be equal to 1.484 times 300 all over 2.50. And when we plug this into our calculator, P2 is going to be equal to 178.1 kilopascals. So a few tips and mistakes to avoid: always convert Celsius to Kelvin by adding 273, keep pressure and volume in matching units on both sides, and cancel units to ensure you're setting up the problem correctly. I hope this video helped. Thank you.